There you are. What's up, my legion of leasers, my army of apartment maniacs? What do I want to start with talking about today? Could be good, could be bad, could get real crazy. What am I talking about? I'm talking about when you schedule a tour and somebody brings their wingman, their wingwoman, their best friend, their auntie, their uncle. I gotta bring my Uncle Jerry because he's the drywall king of the city and he's gonna knock on these walls. Let's talk about what are some of the positives and the negatives of when you've got to show a unit, when you've got to tour the community and that prospective renter brings a friend or a family member along with them. Somebody, and don't worry, I won't charge you for the therapy. Somebody unmute yourself and tell me your stories. What's good, bad, ugly of bringing a friend along on the tour? What you got?
They're very judgmental.
Very judgmental. Does this look familiar? You call that a swimming pool. They're very judgmental, right? That friend is very judgmental. Who else has got one?
Sometimes they're the hype man.
Say again?
She said sometimes they're the hype man.
The hype man. Yeah. Sometimes they're the, yes, you got to do this, girl. Girl, you got to get your own place, right? They're the hype man. They're the hype woman. Yo, man, you got to get out of your parents' basement if you ever want to get a date, right? Sometimes it's a good thing. Sometimes it's a bad thing. Sometimes it's a good thing. Sometimes it's a bad thing. Here's where it's the worst, right? On the bad thing side is, what do you think happens when that eye roller, I'm gonna be walking up these stairs. How do you think the eye roller is when they get into the car with your prospect after you guys leave? So you go for the close. Hey, does it make sense for you to sign the lease? No, I got to think about it. And they're elbowing them. Yeah, you need to think about it. And then they get in the car. What do you think happens when they get in the car?
A bunch of negative talk.
A bunch of negative talk. And here's why. People are emotional. People are vested. Right? I had a friend the other day. His face was all swollen. I'm like, dude, did you get kicked in the face? No, man. I went to my dentist. My dentist is the best dentist in town. I'm like, dude, your dentist doesn't look very good. Like, I don't think it's supposed to look like your face is melting off on the one side. Oh, nah, dude. You gotta see my dentist, right? This is why when people get pregnant, they try and talk all their friends into what? Getting pregnant. Go, we gotta get pregnant. You gotta get pregnant. We could have the kids hanging out with each other. People, when they make a decision, love to get other people to make the same decision that they made. So you're not my friend with your face. You got to live at my place. Okay? But that might not be the best situation for your prospect. But unfortunately, it's very rare that somebody will get in the car and go, yo, that's actually a lot nicer than my place. If I could live there, I would. And based on how I know you, this is right for you. People are selfish. People are greedy. People are self-centered. So let's talk about a skillful way to handle that friend, to handle that family member, right? To handle that wingman or wingwoman, to handle that sidekick when they start rolling their eyes. The first thing that I want to talk about is an unskillful way to handle them. And it's the way that most of us handle that sidekick. And that is this. We ignore them, right? Because they're rolling their eyes. Now the positive ones, we're like, cool, yay, right? That's, But I'm going to show you a more positive way to lean in. But what I don't want you doing is I don't want you ignoring a negative sidekick, because it's just going to get worse when they get in the car. And if they're going to talk smack about our community, if they're going to talk smack about our availability, if they're going to talk smack about our location, if they're going to talk about smack about our price and our security deposit, I'd rather have them do that in front of me. Because two reasons. One, I can deal with it. And two, when they say it in front of us, they're a lot less likely to go totally off the rails. When it's left unchecked and they're in the car, they just go crazy, right? So here's what I want you to do. When you've got that wingman or when you've got that wingwoman, when you've got that sidekick, And I want you to get them involved early. So now you're showing them the community. You're touring a little bit. Let's say you're showing the apartment to me, Matt, and I bring my friend Shane with me. You would say something like this. Shane, man, I'm so glad you could be here. You know Matt better than anybody. By the way, how long have you and Matt been friends? Man, Matt and I, M-Dog and I have been friends for 10 years. Cool. Based on how you know Matt, because you know Matt really, really well. You've known him for 10 years. Based on how you know Matt, Matt's circumstances, Matt's current situation, where Matt wants to go, and your knowledge of the real estate market, just out of curiosity, Shane, what advice would you give Matt on this apartment? Boom. So there's your two sides to that coin, okay? I'm going to say it again because I want you guys to practice this. Shane, man, how long have you known Matt? I've known Matt for 10 years. Awesome. Man, I'm so glad you're here. Now, all of a sudden, I'm lifting Shane up a little bit. Even if Shane's rolling his eyes, right? I'm bringing Shane in. Now Shane's like, this guy's not so bad, right? He thinks I'm cool. Of course you're cool. Why wouldn't you be cool? You've known Matt for 10 years, right? Hey, you just out of curiosity, and by the way, you can ask anything if you lead with just out of curiosity. Just out of curiosity, I mean, you know Matt really well. You've known him for a decade, right? Totally, man. M-Dog and I go way back. Totally cool. Based on what you know about Matt, because you know Matt probably better than anybody, based on what you know about Matt's current situation. See how I'm putting it on rails now? Not your current situation, Shane. Matt's current situation. Based on how you know Matt's current situation, based on what you know Matt wants to get to in his life, right? And now throw this one in, because this one's great. Because they don't know jack squat about the real estate market. But we're not going to say that. We're going to lift them up. And based on what you know about the real estate market, what advice would you give Matt on this apartment? What advice would you give Matt on our community? What advice would you give Matt on living here? First off, 972% more likely that that advice is going to be what? Positive or negative? Positive. It's really weird. Somebody that was about to talk smack in the car, when you call them out in public, goes, man, I like it. And the people that are like, dude, they don't have a dog park, they don't have a swimming pool. That's going to be the same person that if you say it that way in front of them, right, they're going to go, dude, you know, there's no pool there, but I'm a triathlete. You're not a triathlete. You don't need to swim every day like I do, which is why my place is perfect for me. This one's great for you because you love to walk Benji, your dog, and the dog park's killer, right? By the way, if you ever want to swim, you can come by my place, right? Now, all of a sudden, they start to find positive, constructive things, okay? So we got to call out in front of us. And worst case, right? Let's say they get really negative with us. Oh, I would tell them not to live here. Okay? Just throw one of these at them. Throw Matt Easton at them. Right? This is like the jab cross. Boom, boom. Well, I would tell them not to live here, right? Because you guys don't have a swimming pool. Totally get it. Just out of curiosity, I'm confused on something, Shane. Are you guys doing a roommate situation? Oh, no. It's Matt's living here. Got it. So, Shane, are you going to be helping Matt pay the rent? Well, no. Got it. So, really, I mean, it's up to Shane. It's what's important for Shane. Fair enough? Yeah. I mean, it is your apartment, Shane. Call it out and be like, dude, you're not living here. And by the way, this is the skillful stuff that if these people were emotionally strong, they would say when they get in the car, when that wingman, wingwoman, wing person, sidekick starts talking smack, they'd be like, dude, are you going to pay $1,000 of the $2,000 rent? No. Got it. So shut up, because I'm the one that's got to go to bed there every night. I'm the one that's got to wake up there every morning. I don't care that there's no pool, Shane. You're never going to win an Ironman, right? But nobody has the courage to say that. They go, okay, I won't live there. And then they go pick a place that Uncle Larry liked the best, right? You got to come live at my place because Uncle Larry has a freaking pigeon that he takes care of. And whenever Uncle Larry goes out of town to his like axe throwing conventions, Uncle Larry wants you to feed his pigeon. That's why Uncle Larry wants you to live at his place. So the next time you're hanging out with a wingman, wingwoman, sidekick, get him involved early. Man, great to have you here, even though it's not. Now, we heard the other flip side of that coin. What if they're being positive? That's awesome, right? Lean into I love this place. What is it about that you love about the place? Oh man, I love the location. Knowing Matt, Shane, dude, I love the location too. And when I was talking to Shane about being able to walk to work, that's the first thing that I thought of. But you know Shane way better than I do. What advice would you give Shane on this apartment? Right? Oh man, dude, you got to get this. This one's going to be gone. Right now, all of a sudden, that positive person, let's leverage it. So that's how I want you to handle the crazy sidekick. Who's got questions? Who's got comments? I got answers. The way people rent apartments has changed. Today's renter has access to more information. Today's renter has more choices. The apartment industry needs you. Studies have shown that moving is the most stressful life event. The old sales training, well, it just doesn't work today. I'd like to teach you how to take the stress out of leasing apartments in a way that's meaningful to you and your renters and get you 7 times more leases. I'll show you how the perfect leasing process works. I'm gonna walk you through everything from answering the phone to closing the lease. I'm gonna show you how to determine your prospects' wants and their needs so that you can build value in your apartments. You will learn how to handle any objection or complaint. I'm gonna show you how to connect with your renter so it's easy for them to rent with you. I've taught the best property management companies and thousands of people just like you how to lease apartments. Property management is complicated. I'll simplify it for you. There's more competition than ever before. I'm gonna show you how to be number one. All of a sudden, your career, it's gonna make perfect sense. Even if you've never worked in sales or property management before. And for the advanced property manager, I'm gonna show you how to take things to the next level. Leasing University is a new, simple, step-by-step process that's effective. We're gonna help you become a rock star in property management. I'm Matt Easton, and this is Leasing University.